Yes, I know, my hair's a mess. Hello, what's up? I'm Brian here, doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm talking about the latest Kingdom reveals from IGN ahead of Hasbro's fan panel, whatever they're doing. We've got 3 figures in total, 1 that we already knew about, and 2 that were rumored, but we never actually got official images of the figures themselves until now. Starting off, I wanted to talk about Galvatron. I know he's not the smallest thing to take a look at, but considering that we have seen images of Galvatron for the past, I don't know how long now, I figured this is the perfect one to start off with. And the cannon mode definitely looks good. It is interesting how they just put on the Matrix. They just slide it on the cannon. But you do also have these 2 guns that are based on the revenge ship that Galvatron had, that just plug onto the side of the cannon, and you can leave those completely off. It does not affect the transformation, which I really do like. So you can just have a proper Galvatron with the cannon itself. And I think the cannon mode does look pretty good. Yes, you got the arms right there, but that's kind of to be expected. And I do like how there's the 3rd bit, or the 3rd landing strut at the back there, that's just folded from the legs themselves, and they sneak their way in. So that's pretty cool. I think the overall design is very nice. It looks like part of the cannon is also on the back, so it seems like it separates from 2 different sections. But I think the cannon mode definitely does look pretty good. And then taking a look at the robot mode, again, looks pretty awesome. Yes, the shoulders feel like they should be higher up. It looks kind of awkward. I'm not talking about the shoulder pylons. I'm talking about the shoulders themselves. The cannons can combine to form 1 gun, which I thought they would, because if you look at the tabs, they look like they can combine. It also seems like the guns in, I think it was the stock images, the renders, it looked like the guns can also connect onto the back. But I think overall it does look very nice. You know, he's got a very wide, bulky torso. You know, he's got the red abdomen section. And the Matrix chain is a cool idea. The Matrix itself looks to be molded based on the Matrixes that we've gotten as of recently with the Optimus Prime and the hot rods and stuff like that. The cannon looks pretty good. I like how they painted part of it, and I just think it looks nice. Now, I'm curious to see what it will look like in the toy colors, because according to the select listings, apparently we're going to get a toy colored version of Galvatron, so I'm curious on that. Anyways, moving right along, we also have Scorponok. So this is the first one of the brand new reveals. And I gotta say, he does look pretty awesome. Now, there are a couple of things that I'm not happy about, and I think the main thing for the Scorpion mode is the placement of the shoulders. But other than that, I can get by that. Like, it's fine. I love the color scheme. I like that they go for the cartoon version with the dark gray, you know, the purple pinchers, and then the red for the legs. I think that's very nice. I also like the red on the end of the scorpion tail. I think that's very nice. I think that the scorpion head looks pretty good, and I really like this armored shell texture on the entire toy, and I think it looks fantastic. And of course, I love the missiles in the claws themselves. That's pretty awesome, because that was a big thing for Scorponok. And then taking a look at the robot mode, I think that overall, he definitely looks fantastic. Again, not perfect. You can see the scorpion head on the back, and then he has a very chunky looking torso that kind of just cuts off, especially with the scorpion legs being tucked behind there. But I think overall, I'm fine with it. I love the head sculpt. I mean, that looks wonderful. And again, the color scheme looks fantastic. I'm really into this, and I'm very happy that they're doing a Scorponok. Moving right along, we also have the Ark. So this was a big rumor for a while that the Titan Class figure for Kingdom is going to be the Ark. And I wasn't sure if it was going to be a playset or if it was going to have a robot mode. We did have that artwork image that did show the Ark in a full robot mode, but I wasn't sure if they were going to cancel that and just make a playset. But it seems like, yes, this is going to have a full-on robot mode. And I think the coolest part about the entire thing is this. Teletraan 1 is his own character. It has its own robot mode, and of course the alt mode is, well, Teletraan 1, and I love that it's got the little radar thing at the top there. I think that this looks pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are going to be interested in putting this on their displays. It might not be the exact perfect tone of orange that people would want, And of course, it's not perfect. You know, you got so many hinges and whatnot, but I think the idea of them releasing a full-on Teletraan 1 is pretty cool, and you've got a couple of weapon ports on the top there, and I don't know if those are stickers, but the scans, the computers themselves look pretty nice. I'm definitely interested in that. And then taking a look at the robot mode, doesn't the head look like something from like Daft Punk or something? But I think the robot mode looks pretty good. His proportions kind of remind me of the Combiner Wars Silver Bolt. I don't know if that's just me, but the arms and the torso and how the legs are designed, it just looks similar to that. Yes, he does have quite a lot of kibble. You can see it just drooped on the back like a cape. You can see it wrapped around the arms, and then the legs are just covered with it. But I think overall, for what it's worth, he does look pretty good. You know, they had to make their own design for the head, and I think it looks fine. And the color scheme is, I think, okay, especially with the amount of gray. It just kind of tones down that orange. And yeah, I think that Teletraan 1 could have been sold as his own figure, to be honest. And I guess this is in place with the typical figures that we usually get with the Titans. You know how Fortress Maximus has Cerebros, or I'm blanking out on the name, and Scorponok has also his headmaster character. I guess this is in place for the Ark. Anyways, speaking of the Ark, there it is, and it does look pretty interesting. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be, mostly because of the gaps on the side where the legs tuck in. But I think it's perfectly fine. It does have the bow marks, which I feel like it didn't really necessarily need it. But you do have big Autobot symbols on the side there, which I really do like. I'm curious to see exactly how it's going to play with other figures. I assume that the core class lineup is going to work with the Ark, but it seems like that might not be the case, or it might still be the case, but because they're not in scale, it comes with the tiny Optimus Prime, which we'll take a look at in a second. But I love the turrets all around. I hope they all rotate, or at least a couple of them. And yeah, I think it looks fine. Taking a look at the robot mode, I thought I had a picture of the Optimus Prime. It's just a tiny Optimus Prime that is very similar to the one that came with the Unicron, you know, the Galvatron and the Hot Rod. It's just a little tiny, I think it's a 3D printed figure, which I don't necessarily mind. It's not really colorful, but whatever. Taking a look at the robot mode, the proportions on the torso seems a little weird, but I think that overall it looks pretty nice, you know? All things considered, for making a brand new character. I know some people would have preferred Omega Supreme being the Ark, but I guess it kind of does make sense that the Ark would be his own character. I like the Autobot symbols on the shoulders being tucked in there. It's very subtle, but I do like that. I think the details are very nice, and I love the head sculpt itself. That looks fantastic. I love the boosters in the legs. I don't know why, just the splash of blue and showing off that detail is very nice, and the hands look pretty cool. I'm not sure if they're articulated, but yeah, I'm definitely invested in the Ark. I'm not sure if I'll get it because I don't have a strong attachment to it, and I'm already trying to get some other characters. I'm still struggling to try and get the Scorponok, but otherwise, I think this looks fantastic. So if you're interested, here you go, and hopefully there's a lot of play features to where you can bring in some of the other toys. Hopefully it does work with the core class figures in some way, but otherwise, that's pretty much it. What do you guys think? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and we'll see you guys next time.